Welcome in, my possum homies. We are Offensive Points, brought to you by Fantasy Six Pack. And today we are doing our way too early NFL mock draft for 2026. Let's roll.
Man, I'm looking forward to this. We started and kind of did all the offensive players and kind of discussed, but a lot of those guys in our rookie mock draft that we did for Dynasty aren't going to be in this draft, or at least, some might be some overlay, but look forward to talking about more of these defenders and kind of what NFL teams end up grabbing what players. But I do have one little just tidbit here I just need to get into. I thought this guy was crazy in one of my leagues who was 6th seed and dropped Patrick Mahomes the week before he tore his ACL. And now I'm playing against him, and I really feel bad juju coming in. Like, I'm terrified of this guy. Like, this guy knows something we don't. Like, he dropped Patrick Mahomes and had Harrison Butker, a backup kicker, on his bench. Could have just kept them both. There's no position limits. What does this guy know that I don't? That's all I
don't know. If he drops anybody, let me know, because
I
might need to adjust.
I'll keep you guys updated. I haven't looked at his roster moves this week yet, so we need to probably check that out.
Yeah. I'm excited for this draft, man. I need some IDP help in a lot of my dynasty leagues, so I'm excited for this draft class. These guys look good.
Help is on the way, Joe. This is a heavy defensive draft class so far. Some polarizing prospects in here, which is interesting to say the least. But I think, we're going to get some help along the way. I think there is some good offensive talent that we're going to have sprinkled in here, but this year is not really going to be heavy on the quarterbacks, whereas I think next year's draft class is going to be like 5 to 6 to 7 deep as far as quarterbacks go. So, we just have to make it to that point. So without further ado, we'll pull up our 2026 draft board here, Joe. Giants, first team on the clock. The thing is, the problem is, who would want to trade up with them? Because
the Jets, they got 2 firsts. They could throw it up there.
I think that would be
even if they were feeling ballsy.
The problem is, it's a historically bad overpay for this class. There's nobody worth trading up for in this draft. So I do think
they say that every year. Yeah. We say it every year.
There's nobody in this class worth trading up for. I get it.
But I mean, hyped up enough.
Well, just look what happened with Travis Hunter. That's going to go down as one of the worst trades in history, like in draft history, for how bad that was. He's probably not going to play on both sides of the ball anymore. It was a cool idea on paper, but now everyone's going to laugh at the Jags for that trade because it was stupid. Like, it was a stupid trade. Now they're winning, but it has nothing to do with him being on the field. So, like, I don't know. This year, I think there could be not a lot of trades going on. I think this could be the one year where people are actually going to.
Well, since we're cheap as fuck and we're using the free PFF mock draft software, we can't trade anyway. So what do the New York Giants do with the number 1 overall pick?
They draft the QB of the future, Fernando Mendoza, for sure. Jackson Dart ain't it, man. Too many concussions. Just kidding, clearly. I originally personally think that the Giants do trade this pick. I disagree, Billy. Mendoza will get hyped up enough to be the number 1 pick, and whether that's the Raiders or the Jets, someone's going to trade up for him, weirdly.
I hear you. But he's worse than Cam Ward was last year, and Cam Ward's been pretty not life-changing for the Titans, so don't really see his – I don't know. Again, these teams are idiots. We say this every year of, like, why would GMs make these dumb mistakes and then they end up doing it? But, like, this would be a very, very dumb mistake to trade up in this draft. But
I saw a fun thing on Twitter, and it was like first quarterback since 2020 that got benched, and it was like Tua, Fields, Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Bryce Young, yada yada. And I'm like, this to me, Anthony Richardson's of course on my list as well. This to me is more of a, hey, we should probably like develop these quarterbacks instead of just roll them out there for starter day one. A lot of these quarterbacks come in, they aren't ready, and then we get mad at them and say, "Oh, why wasn't he any good?" I mean, look at Sam Darnold. He actually finally got his crack at like being the backup and getting to have that moment. Now he's leading a team to the playoffs. Like, so some of these guys may not be day one starters, but that doesn't mean that they're not great or couldn't be in the future.
Well, since we can't trade,
they can't take edge. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm gonna cut you off here. They can't take edge because,
right.
I mean, I guess they could, but that would be an all-time triple or quadruple down at edge. Safeties are pretty solid. They got Holland there. They got Newbin. Don't really know what else they need to do there. So what does this team do? Do we just go wide receiver?
Tackle.
I don't think tackles this early.
You go tackle.
It's Arvell Reese. It's Arvell Reese. That's the pick. They're going to draft linebacker Arvell Reese, and he's going to be a part of that front seven on that team. They get the edge rushers. Now they have a linebacker to pair there. It's going to be bizarre having a linebacker taken first overall. I feel like Draft Day, the movie. Have either of you watched that movie yet? We talk about it
every year, every single year.
I know. Neither of you watched it, right?
No. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking Moneyball. I have not watched it, no.
I watched Moneyball.
I love this. Well, this is literally Moneyball because they are not Moneyball. This is literally Draft Day. They end up taking a linebacker first overall, and it's like the dumbest fucking thing ever. But hey, we're here now. I think a linebacker is going to go first overall. So my pick would be Arvell Reese from Ohio State. He fills the only need that they could take at this point in time. Plus, he's a really, really good player too. I don't want to downplay that, but like I just think of if there's no trade, that would be the player they take.
So I've heard this dude comp to Micah Parsons. I know he's versatile. Fill me in on that, Bill.
I wouldn't say Micah Parsons because I don't know that he's going to be needed as much of a pass rusher.
But Parsons was originally an inside linebacker.
He was originally a linebacker that became kind of the. I think he's more of just going to be a standard linebacker. I think he's a guy that he's going to get in there and get 10, 15 tackles a game eventually.
Okay. Well, I originally was thinking tackles. That's just what you do when you're building a new team.
Yeah, they have to protect Jackson Dart because he's going to kill himself. But we'll go with Arvell.
If there was a tackle worth taking this high, I would agree. Which, again, this is where the trade theory would make perfect sense. If they trade down, yeah, a tackle would make total sense here. But if they stay, it'll probably be Arvell Reese.
That defense is going to be nasty. All right, Raiders. Clearing out. I mean, I don't know if Pete Carroll's back next year. This team needs a lot of help. Assuming we're going quarterback for this team, I vote Mendoza because he's polished. Yeah. He's pretty. Get it done. I agree.
He got the nice little trophy in his trophy case. Yeah, I put Mendoza down for me just because.
The biggest issue with the Raiders, I agree. They're going to take Mendoza, so we don't need to overthink it that much. The problem is obviously exactly what happened with Genty. This team is dog stuff. Like, this is a terrible team. Like, they need more than a quarterback and a running back. Like, they need to overhaul a lot to do on this team. But they can only take one player, so that's just the one thing they need. Because they also need wide receivers. They need a whole O-line. I mean, the entire O-line needs to change.
I like that you said wide receivers because they have none. Like, not even anymore. Like,
it's Trey Tucker and Jack Betch, and that's it. I mean, they have Bowers, but like that's not a wide receiver. So yeah, this is.
It's not the problem.
I have a feeling the Raiders are
Henry Ruggs back.
Ruggs did graduate from Alabama in jail. Anyway, here we are. Titans.
Oh yeah, all right. Titans are third on the board. Another team that needs a lot. I think that is another thing we need to mention out loud is like this team needs a lot of work. Cam Ward clearly needs help. They've shown some flashes, and he has shown some flashes.
I got Bain down for me, but I could be talked into a wide receiver.
I'm thinking wide receiver. But we can go edge rusher.
Let's hear
it. That's the problem.
Well, that is true. My personal belief is that they're going to go wide receiver here because Cam Ward needs a number one. Calvin Ridley's not that guy, as we found out this season. He hasn't been good the whole season. I think Ao Manor is good for a 2-3. not necessarily some guy.
I think
DK
DK is going to have some room to grow as well in that team.
I think he's going to end up being the 2. I think it's going to be they need a 1, and then DK would be a great number 2, and then Ao Manor will be that guy that they can put on the outside and then just get 2 or 3 long bombs a game. But I think they go out and get their number 1 here, and it's either going to be Tate or Tyson. I feel like I'm leaning Tate at this point. I know we just did a mock draft with Tyson as the number 1 guy, but I don't know. These wide receivers from Ohio State, they just don't miss. It feels like it's hard to say, let's take the guy from Arizona State or we take one from the factory, And sometimes let's just go get the iPhone. We don't need to go get the BlackBerry. Like, let's get the iPhone. That's what I think.
As a Samsung guy myself, I personally think we could go with Tyson, but I'm okay with either. Honestly, I don't have any hard problems here. Either way,
this is a cheerocracy. We can all talk about this.
I had him down for edge just because I felt like that was like the most logical top 5 pick. Wide receivers in the third pick is a little wild, but honestly, this team needs it. So
they definitely need it. I don't know if you guys saw the article today. I put it in our IDP Alpha chat, but I don't know if you guys read that anymore. But there's questions about Ruben Bain's arm length size, which
he's Will Campbell on the defensive line.
Definitely compelling evidence. So I'll just read the tweet. It's from Ryan Roberts, Rise and Draft on Twitter. Miami Edge Ruben Bain reportedly is going to measure at sub 31-inch arms. Since 1999, here's the list of edge defenders with arms 31 inches or shorter who have played double-digit sack season or made a Pro Bowl. He puts the little ellipses there, and then there's no one. It's never happened before. He would literally be the first player ever to do it. So I don't know. Maybe that's just like we just haven't seen it before. There just hasn't been an opportunity to get there. But damn, that is kind of like compelling evidence to maybe not think about it twice, because that is something that's never happened with the measurement.
Well, that's an important measurement. I still feel like that people's athleticism will outweigh that. I mean, it's like Joe Burrow's small hand conversation at the same time. Like, Joe Burrow.
Well, he said the same thing about Will Campbell last year, and he turned out to be an absolute stud before he ended.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's one of those things that's weird, but I don't think it necessarily knocks.
I just thought that was a very interesting stat because, that is interesting. But
we're going to hear about it a lot for the next 4 months.
Oh, trust me, it's going to be a large talking point here.
I originally had Bain, but Billy, I think you're right. I'd go Tyson personally because of the ceiling. I think he has a higher ceiling than Tate, but I do like Tate a lot as well. So
my only pushback, Joe, and we can go Tyson. That's fine. I'm not going to push back that hard. I just feel like Tyson and DK live in the same neighborhood, and I don't know if Tyson's going to be better. We've just seen it from DK already, but again. Doesn't hurt to have 2 of those guys running around out there. So, yeah, we can go Tyson. That's fine.
Boom. All right, the Browns, excited about this one.
Yeah.
They probably go with Dante Moore, right? Add another quarterback to the room.
Yeah, why not? That's exactly what they need on this team. This one, I was thinking more O-line based for the team. I don't know if there's necessarily
wide receivers not out of the question though either here.
It is not.
No.
I don't really think they need to do much on defense. This is they just need to fix this offense, except for running back. I don't know if any of these O linemen are good enough to be the 4th pick in the draft, but maybe it's a team needs thing rather than the talent level. This is another team that could.
It's so early. People don't register offensive linemen high this early. I mean, we're doing this December. In 2 months, there's going to be probably 2 defensive tackles drafted in the top 10, and I wouldn't be shocked if there's one here. At the very least.
Their entire offensive line is a free agent next year, essentially. So that would be a good one to go with. I would say Caleb Downs would be a fantastic pick for them right here. Early as hell for a safety. It doesn't happen, but he is a monster.
I think Cleveland would riot if they went there. Defense again. I think Cleveland may riot if they fix if they add more defensive firepower, which it's not a problem. I like it, but I think that
I don't know what else they need on offense. If they just had a capable quarterback.
No, their first 3 draft picks would be a wide receiver, an offensive lineman, and then pick another offensive position. I don't even care. It could be a quarterback for all I care. You need to fix the offense first.
Well, my pick here would be Francis Maioga from Miami. That would be my choice unless you guys want to go wide receiver, which is
I think tackle for sure. I think offensive line, wide receiver would be the only argument I could say outside of that, just because they don't really have a true like up and coming number one. I mean, we got Jerry Jeudy who's doing fine, and then you got Bond who hits the deep ball here and there, but.
It would be a great story for them to bring Ohio State receiver Carnell Tate in to the team, just like they did with Judkins last year. But I think they can hold off another year. I think they should.
I would be shocked if they go wide receiver.
My pick would be tackle, but we can do whatevs.
I had Fano.
Really, you're right about tackle, but this is a fantasy football podcast, and I'm going Carnell Tate.
Okay,
I'm doing
we can
it.
do that.
We're making wins.
I've seen plenty of mocks where O-line doesn't go until after 10, so I'm not going to say
there's
anything.
going to be offensive line drafted for sure, but I will say I don't hate the wide receiver play, and I wouldn't be shocked if they do try to build that like offensive room. Like you need offensive weapons. Offensive line's great, but you need someone to put butts in seats at the end of the day and make the offense go. So
true. All right, on to the Jets. I just want to preface this before we make the pick. Since our last podcast, which is crazy, like that much news has happened in a week. Like all of the quarterbacks that we thought were maybe going to be like playable are not going to be playable. Like Lenore Sellers officially is going back to school. However, there's one, Dante Moore, I think is actually going to end up coming out from Oregon because Oregon's fielding offers to transfer quarterbacks, and they would only be doing that if they don't plan on Dante Moore coming back to school. So I do think there may be a conversation to be had about Dante Moore coming out in this draft. And if he's available, I think the Jets jump all over it. However, if you guys want to go a different direction, since we don't actually know that yet.
I think you're right. I mean, Dante Moore is pretty polished in his own right. My only thing, I read a thing about he can make $10 million this year for staying at Oregon. And
he could, but I mean, you can make more.
It makes sense for him to come out
top 5.
If he has a bad year this year too, if he goes back.
Yeah, I mean, literally the only downside I think with Dante Moore right now is that he hasn't really played that many games. I think this is his first full starting season. He started a little bit at UCLA last season, so like don't have a ton of tape on him, and he doesn't have a ton of game reps. But I'm going to be honest with you, Drake May has kind of changed my opinion on that mattering, because if you end up in the right team, which Jets might not be that, I don't know, it might not matter, but it's just like, man, this kid looks really, really solid, and he does a lot of the fundamentals well, and that's something that I think the Jets could really use.
And he'd be coming into a good situation, too. If you get Garrett Wilson healthy, I mean, A.D. Mitchell has looked pretty solid, is definitely a number 2.
Mechie.
Then you got Mechie there, solid. Mason Taylor, decent line. I mean, definitely need some upgrades there, but
yeah,
you're right. I like it.
All right, 6th pick is the Cardinals, which I have no clue where to go here, to be honest.
I went Peter Woods, interior defensive line, just because I feel like that seems like the appropriate pick for the Cardinals. That defense needs work from the inside out. But that to me, I mean, I talked into edge as well. I mean, it's not like they really have much going on.
So you don't think it's O-line at all? Because like O-line is what I think this team has.
This is where I had Francis Mauigoa from my one, because they got Paris Johnson. The rest are free agents, so they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they might even go quarterback. Who knows, man?
I do. I don't know who it would be other than maybe Ty Simpson, but I have my doubts about him even. But yeah, I'm with Joe. I think my Olga goes here.
I'm cool with that.
Right tackle.
This team needs a lot.
Yeah,
they cannot go in with Brissett, man. How many teams have tried this and just failed?
Brissett actually looks great.
2 is going to be free. I mean, coming up here, it looks like. So that's an option.
So they definitely need offensive line.
Exactly. All right. Next on the clock is the Saints, who don't need a quarterback, maybe. I like Shuck. I don't think he's going to be a winning a Super Bowl, but I do think he's serviceable. He could be. Could he be the 19th best quarterback in the league? Sure. I mean, it's not good, but it's not going to ruin the team. So here's kind of Ruben Bainish territory, maybe, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
What you guys think?
Yeah, Cam Jordan's 37. Demario Davis is 37. So both of those guys are free agents. So I would imagine they try to get younger on that line. This would be an interesting spot if those wide receivers fell, because you could go all in and say, we're going to give Shuck a shot with some awesome wide receivers, and then you got two good guys when the rookie comes in. But
this is where I had Tate going, so I could see Lemon potentially, maybe too early, but conversation.
I think
they shift Shaheed out. I mean, they don't really have a second guy. And honestly, the second and thirds are all getting injured at this point and not really showing any promise. So,
according to
I think Bain's a good building block.
On our YouTube, on our last one we did, that Mekhi Levin's not even a first round draft pick. I'm just like,
no.
Where did you learn? Who did you hear that from? Because it's not even true. That's just.
I hope Lemon goes to 7 at the Saints. That'd be great.
Would be.
Be sick.
Yeah, I just feel like
I'm good
he's the guy,
I'm
right?
I'm just doing this. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just looking at what the team could name.
Ruben Bain it is. Washington Commanders.
Yeah, 8, the Commanders. What do they not need is the better question. Other than a quarterback, maybe. Everything else is on the table here. I don't know. I could listen to any of these guys. Downs would be fantastic. Woods would be great.
I had Downs going here.
I don't know.
I like David Bailey, man.
I do like David Bailey too.
And
I do want to see a safety go in the top 10 this year. So I'd be down with Caleb Downs, but
I had Bailey,
they definitely need an edge rusher.
I had Bailey going to the next position with the Bengals, and I was like, they finally drafted an edge rusher to replace Henderson.
Let's do Downs, Joe. I think he could go here. Like, safety is not a sexy pick in the top 10. I feel like everyone hates when there's a safety taken in the top 10, but like at a certain point, like
I think he's the best player in this draft, to be honest with you. Like,
I mean, you might be
based
right
off of what I've seen.
Remember the Kyle Hamilton debate? We're like, what's happening? He was like free falling down the board, and then he ends up with the Ravens. We're like, what? They just got that for nothing? Okay, cool.
He almost gets Eric Berry. He was 5th, right? Eric Berry.
Yeah, he was early.
I think so. Yeah.
The Minko was like the 10th pick or something. So
yeah,
be the
I'm
next
just saying
earliest.
People usually scoff at it, but I'm good with it. All right, on to the Bengals, who need an O-line, or their quarterback's probably going to quit, or defense, which they just refuse to deal with. Fine. So I don't know which one they're actually going to finally address here. But they gotta do one of them. That's the thing.
Offensive line or edge rusher, right? I mean, those are the two options.
Feels like they're gonna go. Well, I would say they're gonna go buy an O-line, but they're so cheap. I don't even know if that's gonna be the option.
How are they gonna buy an O-line? I say O-line's probably the real play here.
You got to keep Burrow up, but at the same time, is he going to quit faster getting hit, or if this defense keeps letting up 40 points a game?
I think it's the hits, Joe. So maybe that should lead us towards the Fano guy, Fano.
Spencer Fano?
But man, that defense is Spencer. Yeah.
Well,
I kind of like this Ola Iloani. I cannot say his name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
I love that
pronunciation. It doesn't have to be tackle for me. I don't care. They just need someone. I'd take Iolani.
You like Iolani here?
We can do it.
I mean, just going
at the interior offensive line.
I know a lot of mocks are going to have a defensive player going there, and I hear y'all in the comment section saying like, "Whoa, why would they do it?" I swear Burrow is going to quit football if you all keep messing around with this.
My thing is, you can buy cheap defenders. You can't really buy cheap offensive line. At least not good offensive line.
Shoot, bring in Devin White. That man will do anything for a contract. And he's, I mean, not great, but he'll still get some tackles. Not bad.
What would he do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, there's plenty of
play for the Bengals. That's for sure.
Corners are a little tough. We're gonna get a corner next round.
All right, next team is the Rams, who just ridiculously have this pick because the stupid Atlanta Falcons went all in last year when their team was not all in. The defense was solid. I want to give them a little bit of credit. That defense is pretty great, pretty great. Sometimes they look lost, but there's other times that I'm like, okay, they look solid out there. It's the offense that
will the trade work out for them? Probably, eventually, hopefully. But at the end of the day, like you can't just give away a first round pick for it.
Well, the issue is they need a quarterback, so because they're going to be stuck with Penix here, and that's not the choice.
Well, they get their next year's draft pick to get the good quarterback run, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, next year's draft's just going to be, I guess, it. Okay. The only thing I can think to do here, because they're like an embarrassment of riches, is this cornerback from LSU named Mansour Delane. I think he's the best cornerback on the board, and that is a need for the Rams. But again, embarrassment of riches. They really wish a quarterback was available right here in this draft, but there's just not.
They could take Ty Simpson and develop him under Stafford for a year.
They probably could get Simpson with the second pick they have in the first, if they wanted to, really.
I thought about quarterback as well myself, but I was like, there's no way that they're going to draft.
Watch them trade both of these picks and get Joe Burrow from the Bengals. I just wait for it to happen. They trade this year's 2 picks, next year's pick, and then maybe something in the following draft, and they get Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I originally had Delane going to the Eagles in like 10 picks. I see that now that's a pipe dream, and I'm sad about it.
I mean, yeah, you can hope and pray for that one, but I think he's going to go sooner than that.
Hey, we've seen it with Quinyon and Cooper before, you know.
That is true. We start talking it up, and then it ends up falling really far.
This would be a killer spot for Sadiq, the tight end. I know it's early for him. Also, if one of those wide receivers slipped again and they just tripled down on wide receiver, that would be fantastic as well.
Didn't they just draft an Oregon tight end last year, Terrence Ferguson? I don't think they would go back-to-back Oregon tight ends.
They did, but I mean, Colby Parkinson is showing out a little bit. They had Dennis Allen or Davis Allen, whatever the hell his name is, and then Ferguson. I mean, they haven't found their guy yet.
I don't think they're actually worried about pass catching tight ends. I think they're worried about run blocking tight ends.
That's true.
Right. So let's go Delane. I like it.
Yeah, I had McCoy going here, but I didn't know who the better corner was, to be fair.
All right. The first time we've ever seen this, the Chiefs are on the clock at 11. We haven't seen this since they probably drafted Mahomes at 10.
They got a chance to go down, too.
14 years ago. I mean, that was it. Let's just get him Jeremiah Love. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? No?
Interesting. I actually had Love going to the Vikings the next pick, but I had Falk going here, edge rusher, just because I feel like that D-line's a little crumbled at this point.
I mean, they probably will, but like, man, just for the fun of it, wouldn't we just want Jeremiah Love to go here? Wouldn't it be awesome for them to have a running back?
You absolutely would.
I think they learned.
I don't think they're going to do it after the Edwards-Helaire pick. But
yeah, but if they didn't learn this year that you have to have at least an okay running back and not just piecemeal little bits and pieces of Band-Aids of running backs out there, then why wouldn't you?
Joe, I think we can all safely admit Jeremiah Love is better than CEH was at the same time.
We can. I don't know. There were some fantasy guys that were really repping the Edwards-Helaire.
I get it. I mean, the thing is, CEH played with one of the best offenses we've ever seen. Like probably second best to that Miami 01 team. But like that Burrow, Chase, Jefferson team, Terrace Marshall and all them, like that was just.
But did CEH actually have the hype, or did the Chiefs? Because I feel like I vaguely remember that the Chiefs grabbed Edwards-Helaire and we were all kind of like, what?
It did seem odd that he went over Jonathan Taylor, but nobody was really arguing it that much at the time. Like now, obviously now it looks stupid as hell that they did that. But at the time, like, like Jonathan Taylor, the problem with Jonathan Taylor is he'd run for 4 years and hey, the tires, everyone's like, okay, well, he's going to blow a tire here any year now because he's run so much. And it's like, okay, maybe not. That's actually not it at all.
He blew a tire.
I don't know. The fun pick would be Jeremiah Love. The probably real pick is a defensive edge player. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's too early for Love. I think this is where Love starts going. There's a lot of teams that could use some.
I think the Vikings would be irate.
Yeah, I had Jeremiah Love going to the Vikings. So that's
I think everyone has him going here. But
I like it. Let's put him on the Chiefs. Love your Chief.
This would be another solid Sadiq place, by the way. The Chiefs would be.
They've been drafting
a lot of Chiefs fans are. A lot of Chiefs fans are gunning for that one.
I don't know. Every time we were like, man, the Chiefs, they don't have a wide receiver. Maybe they should draft one. They like never do. So I don't know. I guess we'll just.
The wide receiver room actually wasn't the issue this year. Like they were fine. I mean, you lost.
I don't think so. However, I now am not. I don't know if Mahomes believes in Worthy and Rice in them like as much as we think they do.
Rice, I feel like was fine, but there was a lot of drops those last few weeks that they had together. So
yeah,
he also missed 6 weeks, so that'll happen.
That will definitely happen. All right. Well, the Minnesota Vikings get to this pick and are irate that they didn't get Jeremiah Love. So, I'm trying to think what they do here because it's probably defense. You think they're going to go Sadiq, huh, Joe? Okay. I mean, I can hear it out. What? So they're going to get rid of Hawkinson.
Dude, I don't think they're going to get rid of Hawkinson, but Hawkinson has not been it for this team, and JJ clearly hates him. They want to use
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, but this GM pushed all of his chips in on JJ McCarthy here, so they don't really have an out, and I would assume that they try to get more pass catchers. But honestly, someone like Peter Woods would probably be the better pick.
Yeah, Peter Woods. It could be McCoy from Tennessee. That would address their cornerback issue if they wanted to go that direction. Yeah, I'm good with McCoy or Woods. We want to go Woods?
Yeah.
I'd say Woods.
Woods it is.
Woods it is.
Okay, on to the Dolphins. And I don't think we need to talk too terribly long about this because it's probably definitely going to be Fano. Because they need O-line. This team is terrible at O-line.
Yeah, even regardless of what they do quarterback-wise.
They don't need a tackle. But
you can go with
it could shift somebody around.
Penn State guard.
Well, yeah, we already took him in this one, though. So
did we? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we did. Like pick 8 or something.
You think they're going to ride with Quinn Ewers?
I don't. Quinn Ewers, for everyone out there, spoiler alert, he is terrible at football. So this is not going to go well. But I don't, again, this is a terrible quarterback draft. So they're going to have to
I just know Ty
like
Simpson
Kyler
or
Murray or
gonna
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
No, I think the free agent quarterback market is going to be way more interesting than the actual draft market because like Jameis is going to get a shot somewhere. Hell, Russell Wilson might even get a shot somewhere. Not that should happen, but Kyler Murray is going to be available. Tua's going to be available. Mariota's look decent.
Brissett.
I just think there's – yeah, exactly. Brissett. I just think the free agent quarterback market is going to be the thing popping here. And so I think we're just going to do some musical chairs, and they're going to end up – man, it'd be fun with Kyler Murray. But they need an O-line. And so I think this Fanu guy is our guy.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, on to the boys. Cowboys.
Edge rusher.
At pick 14.
Falk,
Edge rusher it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Bailey?
I would go Bailey.
Falk or Bailey? I know I do like.
I had Bailey higher, but
I was about to say I like Falk quite a bit, but I mean, just the Texas Tech to Dallas would just be. I mean, the story writes itself there.
It does feel right.
Boom.
Plus, they just got rid of a pass rusher. Why not get another one? And I think they picked Parsons about 14. So the parallels here would be insane if they did go that direction. For real. All right. Pick 15 is the Baltimore Ravens. This is where I had Peter Woods going, but we've already done Peter Woods. So I
had Banks going here.
Right?
So Caleb Banks, another interior defensive line. I'm not saying it's what they need. I mean, they're kind of an embarrassment of riches as well. They just don't know how to play football.
They kind of need everyone.
Lamar's got to get healthy. That's I think the biggest issue is the system doesn't work if the head of the ship is hurt.
I'd say it has to be an edge here. Van Noy and Ajabo, I can't imagine they bring both of them back. So
I just feel like they do this every year where they draft an edge rusher and it just like kind of doesn't work. Like
it does feel that way. It definitely does feel that way. You're right. They draft an edge rusher and it just never. They can never get it right.
If they end up actually here, though, they probably have a better chance to get a better edge rusher. Usually they're drafting at 26, 27. So,
yeah. So I'm good with Banks. I'm good with Howell.
I'm good with edge. I think that might be it.
Do you want Falk, Howell, Banks?
Falk.
What do you want?
Falk.
Let's do Falk.
He seems like a Raven.
Falk me.
I like Falk quite a bit.
Let's do it.
Falk me indeed. All right, moving on to the Panthers. This is where I had Sonny Styles from Ohio State. I mean, that linebacking tandem was fantastic with him and Reese, and I just feel like linebacker is the way to go here, even though it's not usually a sexy position.
Yeah.
It's such a good name.
Sonny Styles. Yeah, I love
Such a
that.
good name.
I'm good with that. This
Sonny
team's
Styles.
defense.
For sure.
Yeah,
All
Trevin
right.
Wallace ain't it.
On to the Lions. This would be my McCoy destination just based on the board that we have going here, but O-line's also not a bad choice.
All right, hear me out. I
love this.
I put Carnell Tate here. Now, I'm sure it was too late. Could be Lemon.
It is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I can see them going for a wide receiver.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea.
The only caveat to this is they did take Tesla last year, but I don't think they saw enough.
They
from
did.
him. It wasn't like early or anything, so it's not like gonna hurt.
Yeah,
their
he was like
stock.
4th round, right? 4th round, maybe.
Yeah, this offense is they're one injury away from being obsolete every year. They lost the Porta this year. It ended their offense basically.
Well, shoot, we thought they should trade for T. Higgins last year. I mean, that was an option. Them or the Patriots.
I think one more wide
Either
receiver,
did.
in this room, even if it's depth, like hopefully they just go out and get a veteran who's actually good.
But will they do that in the first round, or could they probably tackle that in the second round?
That's the problem. You're not getting a good one in the second round. You're getting all right, we got another gamble in the second round. I mean, you probably could get a good wide receiver, but anyway, just wanted to hear me out. I'm good with whatever, but
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Joe, what are you thinking?
Well, I like it. They need a cornerback. I mean, I know their guys are injured this year, but they have no depth behind them, and we see that every week. So I like Terrell or the Tennessee kid. But if we're going wide receiver, Denzel Boston would be pretty sick on this team.
He would be. He does kind of fit the piece that they're missing because they have the deep speed guy, they have the over the middle guy, and now they could get the winner. Although I think that's what they want Tesla to be, but it just hasn't clicked.
Unfortunately, but
he's not. But I'm just saying, I think that's what they wanted him to be when they drafted him because he's like 6'4", so I think they thought that was going to be his job.
I'm just saying, Dan Campbell's aggressive when he drafts, and he gets what he wants. I mean, how many times were people
took Jahmyr Gibbs out of nowhere? We were all shocked when that happened.
That draft was made fun of so hard, and all of those people hit.
It is true, except for that linebacker they took, Jack something. Nobody knows his name. Jack Campbell. Oh, see, a guy still haven't heard that name in years.
Really? Are you being facetious?
I haven't heard him. I haven't heard. Like I don't.
He's
know.
been real solid this year.
He's been solid. Yeah, he's like a top 5 linebacker. Sorry, I thought you were joking.
Top 5 linebacker. Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting him in cheaper right now.
Solid. Okay. Why? This is just another thing about IDP. You never hear about the guys that are apparently top 5 linebackers in the league.
Anzalone is a free agent. Could we do CJ? Or is that too early?
Feels
CJ.
early, but
I do like CJ Allen.
he passed him, Joe. But I think it might be a smidge early.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? I'm just scrolling over here.
No, you're good.
I love that. Just go with McCoy. Just go with McCoy. McCoy should be gone by now. Let's just go with McCoy. It's
I
probably
agree. But I think Dan Campbell's got something up his sleeve and does something crazy. So
be fun. All right.
Who did we take the Jets the first time? Was it Dante?
Pick 18.
Dante Moore.
Okay, I originally had Denzel Boston going here. Now I don't.
So this could be a lemon spot.
Could be a lemon spot, but they need a lot. So I mean, it could be whatever best available.
I do think Lemon and Wilson might be a little Spider-Man meme, but I do think that they're good. I mean, they're like more good wide receivers, the better, right? But you're right. They do need more than that. They need more than.
I would almost just say best available here. Like, I don't know if the best available on this.
That would be Lemon.
Available. It's literally Lemon.
It's literally Lemon.
I'm just saying, I feel like they're going to just, whatever the board gives them here is going to be their draft pick. Like, one of these corners slips down the board or edge rushers.
All right, can we take Kenyon for the Bucks?
I do agree. The Bucks are.
It's either that or CJ Allen, or they've got to do something with the defense.
I put Sadiq.
You can do Sadiq. Like, the problem is they do need a lot of defense. However, like this is a pretty good defensive draft. They might be able to swing something better in the second round. However, again,
as far off as you think, though, like they still have good players. It's just the holes that they have are so large. Like the secondary is old.
Yeah, Levante David's on borrowed time, and I like CJ Allen has a ton of speed. If you put him next to Travassier Dennis, you're pretty sick.
Well, even like Vita Vea, he's getting up there in that. So I don't know. I think they should go Sadiq. I can't wait for the Bucs fans online to freak out that they still aren't addressing the defense. But this time, I'm actually on board with it. If we're gonna go all offense. Shoot, let's do it. Like, let's just go all offense. Like, who even needs a defense? The Bengals are doing it. Why not them do it too?
How's that?
As long as you have a decent O-line. As long as you have a decent O-line, doesn't matter. Pick 20 is the Steelers, who may have a new coach this offseason, but we'll see about that.
I actually think Rodgers is going to make a run. I think Rodgers is going to make a run. This AFC is so weak. Like, we got a couple good teams, and then Rodgers could take one of them out.
Probably.
Fair enough. I mean, maybe they definitely have their team is definitely frisky. I will say that. It's friskier than I thought it would be.
3 tight ends and 2 running backs and then a wide receiver. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of wide receiver, this is where I would go Denzel Boston, though.
I actually put Ty Simpson here because I don't know what's happening with Rodgers next year, but I'm good with wide receiver. They need another one to pair with Metcalf. That's clear.
I'm a Boston enthusiast.
Boston's going to Pittsburgh.
All right, Josh, fake GM for the Eagles. Who do you have going at 21?
Available. I originally had Delane here. I don't see any other.
Avion Terrell.
I guess wide receiver. You can't rule out wide receiver here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if they lose AJ.
Yeah, if AJ really is on the outs, which we'll learn about at the end of the postseason, or whenever the Eagles make their exit, yeah, that could be a possibility here. But and this is a pretty good spot for a wide receiver to grab. But I'd say it'd be a corner. So whoever the best corner is available. Is it Terrell?
I think Terrell is the best we have still on the board.
Yeah, that's what you got to replace Dory Jackson. Although Dory actually did play games these last 2 weeks, so.
Okay.
Defense is good enough.
There you go. Terrell it is.
Josh, you should hope that Sadiq falls because Goddard,
that'd be sick. He's
Branson and Calcaterra are all free agents next year.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the other two, but yeah, no, Goddard's definitely gone unless he comes back on a discount deal again.
Next pick is the Houston Texans. This could be a running back, but I don't really see 2 going in this draft high. I don't think we're gonna have a Jahmyr Gibbs out of nowhere situation again.
I put Proctor from Alabama, the tackle. That was just because I feel like the offensive line makes the most sense. Protect CJ Stroud.
I don't hate that idea. I think that might be a solid choice here.
I just remember all the drama they had with trading Kenyon Green to the Eagles and then him getting cut from the team and then them not having a replacement and then their replacement sucked. And I just remember the weird offseason offensive line drama with them. And I just feel like this is the time to address it.
Yeah. I think every mock draft is going to have them with a different guard or tackle here. So we can just go with our best available because that's just who we're going to have.
And we'll get Dell back. Like, they don't need wide receiver. Running back would be great, but they could address that next round.
Caden Proctor, you want him?
As Joe keeps mentioning it, the free agent class for running backs this year. I mean, that's usually how they've done it in the past. So, Proctor,
Etienne, Algier, a couple guys there, and Brees Hall.
Yeah,
do they keep him in the Jets? They could look at defensive line. I mean, Danico Autry is old. It's probably his last season there. He's a free agent. Sheldon Rankins probably gone. So they could do like an interior or an edge, but with the two guys they have right now at edge, it's not that pressing.
Yeah,
I'd say interior defensive line. Like if one of those Caleb Banks or Woods slips down to him, I could see him grabbing them. But I think we got him gone in this draft. So, or is Banks still there?
Yeah,
Banks is still available. Yeah,
I could see Banks going here, but I personally think they go offensive line. Just sure up Stroud's health, Dell's health. Try to keep everyone healthy. Try to have this offense at full capacity.
Well, let's not have Dell blocking on the line on a running play. Let's take that play out of the book, guys. Like that's just me to the Texans there. Maybe let's not.
I think Dell's not coming back. I'm just telling.
You don't think so? You think his career is over?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't have cancer, Joe. Calm down.
Breaking news: Joe's saying that Tank Dell's career is over. All right. There's their Houston coverage. Proctor, it is.
Boom.
The Cowboys are pick 23 via the Green Bay Packers in the Micah Parsons trade, which might win it now because Parsons isn't going to be available for this run of the playoffs. So,
do they really win it though? Like in reality, like.
Well, I guess we'll see. It kind of depends on who they pick with the pick, right? Like that. Yeah. That's kind of what this first pick we took was an edge rusher, so I doubt they picked two in a row there. So we have linebacker potentially available, safety, running back.
Did we select Arvell Reese yet?
We did. He was the number one overall pick. So,
right. Sorry, my bad. I forgot you grabbed
definitely may. We may.
Well, I had the other linebacker. I think higher technically.
Okay.
Sonny. We did.
No problem.
I don't. I mean, they're literally only going to have Overshown at linebacker. So I like CJ Allen. He's fast.
True. I mean, CJ Allen could go here. This mock is not. He's not going to be 42. It's like that is wrong in my opinion. So like I definitely could see him going higher, like a lot higher than what they have him here. So I agree with you.
Another linebacker.
I think CJ Allen would be a stud.
Anthony Hill is a dog, but I think CJ Allen's just a smidge better.
We good with it?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Boom. All right. The Bills have to go wide receiver, right?
Yep. Looking at KC Concepcion here.
Is he too Shakir and everyone else over the middle that they have? Like
one of these it has to eventually work, right, Joe? Like that. I mean, it has to eventually work.
You would think. I would love to see Cooper from Indiana be drafted by them, but that's way too early here.
Well, they might go. I mean, they might draft somebody else and then go back, but like Hood, they could take Hood here and then get a wide receiver later. But I think you're just right about that.
As Joe said, this is a fancy football podcast. Give him a freaking wide receiver.
Okay. Concepcion it is. All right. Next on there is the Bears. Joe,
looking at him, Joe. He's right there.
I mean, Caleb Banks looks perfect, but you can pick who you want to pick if you.
It's probably going to be Caleb Banks because Dennis Allen just wants interior guys. He doesn't give a shit about edge rushers. I would love to see TJ Parker go there. TJ Parker has a lot of upside to grow into, and still has Sweat there. So I mean, we desperately need an edge.
He did pair with Sweat. I had TJ Parker going here. I feel like it'd be silly if you guys don't go edge again.
We could go offensive line again because I mean Thuney is older, so I know he's up there.
I don't think that's a desperation, though. You know what I mean? Like,
don't get cute, Joe.
Right now,
take
TJ Parker. It is
TJ Parker. It is. Cassius Howell was still available too, but
it's a great name.
Is what it is. All right, man. I keep saying all right after every pick, and I feel like it's a tick that I had until the middle of this podcast right now. And it's starting to bug even me. So sorry, listeners. Chargers are going to take O-line, if I'm not mistaken.
I had one of my favorite names in this draft, Jennings Dunker.
This.
He's a tackle out of Iowa. Jennings Dunker. I don't know if he was good. I took a lot more tackles than we did, so there might be a better tackle available. But just a great name.
I like Trevor Gooseby if we're going by names, but
Gooseby's a good name too, man.
Gooseby's a solid name.
Right. We thinking tackle. We thinking.
I mean,
interior
we can go.
I mean, there's probably some options.
We can go Gooseby. That's probably the next one, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
See how far down this dude is.
I mean, he can't be. Wow. Okay. This is outrageous.
Yeah, it's early, man. It's early. Give people some break.
Audio audience,
Trevor,
if you want to watch us on YouTube, this is probably a more like listenable thing because we're just like, oh, let's view where he is on the list.
We didn't tell you.
All right.
It was
pick 26. Trevor Gooseby. Pick 27 is the San Francisco 49ers.
It's Howler Banks. I mean, they are by far the worst in sacks in the NFL.
I think we should
Huff
just go Howell. We probably should have taken him a lot sooner than what we have, but
I didn't realize how good these linebackers were, but I had Sonny Styles going here just because of the Fred Warner injury, all the linebacker dilemmas they've had this year. These rookies,
the linebackers are real good. This is a really good edge rush linebacker class, so we're gonna get some re-ups on those, which I feel like we haven't had a big couple of linebackers in a while, so this will be nice. Pick 28 is the Browns from the Jaguars, which they need it. The first pick we took Carnell Tate because this is a offensive points podcast, so we have to talk offense. But now we're back. They still need offense. And the problem is now I think it's. I mean, do we take the quarterback? They can't take a quarterback, right? It has to be a tackle.
They could totally take a quarterback.
Offensive line, something. It's got to be offensive line. If both their picks aren't offense, I'm taking a shot of fireball in the draft.
All right, we're going to take that
draft. Well, Jacksonville doesn't make that
down real quick.
But I originally had Lomo, tackle from Utah. Once again, I had a lot of tackles going. But Dunker could go here. If there's another interior offensive line guy that could go, I'm good with that. I feel like you got to protect Shadur or whoever the hell you have back there. Get this run game going too. This run game struggled the last few weeks of the season, so I think that would be really smart to get some sort of offensive lineman here. Zion Young
to pair with Myles Garrett would be pretty nasty.
They really don't have another edge rusher, which is wild.
Alex Wright was it for a minute, and then he just kind of fell off.
But they're not, though. It's wild what Garrett can do without a running mate. Like, he knows he's getting double coverage, and he still does it. He's the next. Everyone kept trying to say that. I don't know. It was Byron Young or whoever was the next Aaron Donald or whoever's the next Aaron Donald. Myles Garrett is the next Aaron Donald. He's the only person who can.
Well, they don't play necessarily the same position. Like, there's no D tackle that's ever going to do
Aaron Donald. But to go up against double coverage and just run through it, wow.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get banks for a steal in this draft.
I know, which I don't think it'll be the Browns either. So, like, he's going to continue to move on.
What do you want to do, Bill? Whatever you call it. I don't know,
because it's probably O-line. It's as bad as that sounds. I think Josh was right originally when he said they're taking an O-line. However, I'm not sure who that name would be at this point. Maybe Pregnon, I think, is his name.
Dunker.
Okay, we can take the dunk.
Take the dunks, man. Let's get Dunker off the board. Laney Barrett
off the board.
All right, the dunk man off the board. Pick 29 is the Patriots.
So this is where I had Concepcion going because I felt like wide receiver makes a lot of sense for the Patriots. But if they're to get A.J. Brown, they won't have to do that in the draft. So, which if A.J. Brown goes anywhere, it's probably going to be the Patriots. So I don't know what to do here.
Well, I'm obviously caping up for my boy, but I want R. Mason Thomas to go here. Or Mateo Ungolele. One of those two.
I thought you meant our Mason Thomas, but his name is R. Mason
R.
Thomas.
Mason.
Fun
fact about R. Mason Thomas, the R does not stand for anything. So everyone in R. Mason Thomas's family had to start with an R, but they wanted his name to be Mason. So they named him R. Mason. That's a true story. I'm not making that up.
I
That is
hate
exactly.
it. We'll hear it at the draft multiple times.
Okay. Yeah, literally the R does not stand for like Robert or Roger or anything like that. It's literally R. Mason Thomas. And the R is only there because his name had to start with an R. There's your fun fact of the day.
I hate it so much. All right.
I want him to go here personally just because I would love that, but I also, don't know. I can see
the Patriots don't really have a stud edge rusher by any means, so I can see that. Don't.
What about Lomu?
Oh, you're alone. Well, I mean, if they went tackle, that's what they would like. It's either Lomu or Lomu or a edge rusher. So
especially one of those. Yeah, I can see tackle going here as well. I still think wide receiver is not out of the question, personally, though. I could see the Patriots
probably not
pulling the trigger there and finally getting something.
Well, I would say they'd go second round, but it never seems to work out when they pick one in the second round ever. So honestly, never the first round either. But that's just the whole other story.
Yeah, they need to collect stud wide receivers. That's the only way they.
The only one that's worked out is Booty, and I'm pretty sure he was undrafted. So that's kind of crazy to think about.
Another running back to go with to cut away from Henderson's time.
They do need another running back because Henderson having the full workload would be ridiculous.
Can't believe he could only get 12 carries.
Right. I'm good with our edge rusher. That's what I think.
R. Mason Thomas. Our Mason Thomas.
I gotta put my homerism in here a little bit.
He's up there, man. He's in it.
Keeping up for my guy. The next team is the Seattle Seahawks at pick 30. They're kind of I just really like this team. I know it says they need a running back, but that's by their own doing that they need that running back. They can't
pay Kenneth Walker.
I know they don't want to, but they could just keep Kenneth Walker, but whatever. They're not. So it's going to be the Sharp show. I don't think they take one in the first round, though. So I don't think there's going to be a second running back in the first round. I just don't think it. I can't foresee how we would get to that point. However, there's a lot of time between now and April, so a lot of things can happen between then.
It'd be an interesting conception one if he was still here.
I think Colton Hood might be the choice that I would make here. I think he's still available.
Receiver wouldn't be a bad move either, honestly.
Receiver would not be a terrible move, no.
I really thought Bobo would have more of a role this year, by the way, with the lack of
you would think so, because even Rashid Shaheed's gotten there, and while he finally had a game, he hasn't really lit the world on fire, and Cooper Kupp's, doing old man things out there.
He's doing enough.
We could do.
I know they're stacked on the interior, but they could just draft Caleb Banks here because
it is like a best available thing. Man, what sucks is I hate when we paint ourselves into a corner on these because there's no way Caleb Banks is going to fall out of the first round. However, I don't think any of the three teams left necessarily need him.
The Rams definitely don't need him. I can see the Broncos getting him just for an embarrassment of riches type situation.
Yeah, literally, that's what it would be too. It would just be an embarrassment of riches thing for them. Man, it feels like a cornerback here though to me.
Yeah, I originally had Colton Hood here. I think we got him long gone though.
Hood or Brandon.
Colton Hood's right here.
I know. We can pick him. That's fine.
Boom. All right, I'm not letting Ty Simpson slip any further. He's going to get picked in the first.
I don't hate it here. I think we all know the writings on the wall with Stafford, neck, back injuries. He's obviously still great, but if he's willing to actually teach the next upcoming person, that'd be great. And Ty Simpson could use a couple or at least a year on the bench.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we can definitely do that. You took a cornerback with their first pick, so their second pick can definitely be Ty Simpson. the problem I have with Ty Simpson, and I think he's going to fall down the board. I just really think he's going to have a fall. Like, I think he's going to be this year's like Will Levis situation, and I don't even think he's going to have the hype Will Levis had when he came out. I don't know. The vibes just aren't right with him. But then again, we'll see. Literally, if he goes out, because literally he plays Oklahoma on Friday. If you're watching this after the fact, but like we'll see if he goes out there and carves up Oklahoma's defense, then maybe I'm back on board, or maybe he takes Alabama on a run in the college football playoff.
Yeah,
like if he makes, because after Oklahoma he would have to play Indiana, which is also quite the test on defense. So he goes out there and carves up Oklahoma and Indiana. I might be just completely wrong. Maybe I thought the lights weren't too bright for him. I don't know, but just as we're standing right now, I just can't see it. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it changed. So let's take him. He could be a project. He'll probably go in the first round. Maybe he'll end up with the Steelers or something. Who knows?
And Caleb Banks to the Broncos? I mean, I feel like that's got to be the end here.
Well, we can't do this and not have him go. I don't necessarily know if they need him, but best available is definitely Caleb Banks at this point.
I haven't gone at 15, so yeah, I think this is a steal.
Boom. Let's get our grade here.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be rough grade probably because
you didn't listen to what we said to do.
We got an ad. There's no way to get out of the ad.
There's the ad.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there
All
it is.
Right.
Okay. See what grade it gave us for the audio. Okay, I don't see one.
Email.
Not even get a grade.
We have to pay for it? Oh, how sick is that?
Pay for your grade.
Okay. Either way, I do like. Let's look over it one more time, just real quick, before we click out of this, because like I do wonder the Rams, especially. We have them going quarterback right now. Let's just say that like for some reason Simpson falls out. Is wide receiver on the board for them at all? I mean, we don't know absolutely. That Devontae Adams is coming back, right? Like it's just going to be.
I assume Adams comes back. Just the way
he said he was going to play as long as Stafford played. That's
the connection that he has with Stafford seems for real. Like I don't see that being a problem.
I could see them at 10 if Tyson was available, just grabbing Tyson and just
pulling the trigger there and going in. And the way that ours worked out, you can still get a decent cornerback this late too. So, and then I mean, obviously they're always trading, so they could obviously trade for something if they wanted to as well.
I can see them trading down to that 10 spot unless someone like specific that they wanted was there.
I could
back to like the 18th, 19th, something like that.
The only thing I don't know what to do with this draft is the quarterbacks, because I like where quarterbacks are going to end up, because it could change what we think about some of these placements. But I don't know. It's just going to be a very
throughout this. This was a good exercise. I think this is actually a pretty great draft. This draft always seems to be our best draft, which is the most ironic. This weird,
because then we start overthinking it. We start listening to the quote unquote experts that know everything and have inside sources that are always completely steering them the wrong direction. The main takeaway I have is that this is a really good IDP draft. Like we're finally going to get a nice like injection into our veins of IDP players. It feels like, because
as a person who drafted a dual Carter last year, I'm feeling the burn still. So.
Yeah,
it's a barren wasteland right now for you.
The only thing, the biggest problem we had with that pick when it went to the Giants was that, like, how are they going to figure this out with the split of the three guys? Like, we were like, are they going to get rid of one? What are they going to do? They end up just siphoning them in and out, and it just doesn't make any of them super valuable by themselves.
Well, Brian Burns
unit's great,
phenomenal year. Like
he was
the one lone person.
Even he would have completely quiet games where it's just frustrating because you're like, well, this is an Abdul Carter game, or this is a what's his name game? I don't remember. Thibodeau.
Well, Thibodeau's definitely gone. Like, there's no way they keep Tibbs after this.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if they take Reese.
Maybe good for your Bears, Joe, if Thibodeau's available.
That'd be sick.
There. I do wonder if another wide receiver sneaks up in here. Obviously, I mentioned the Rams, but like that's the only thing. How many we have? We have 6 going right now. That's actually pretty good. I mean, I think I'm counting that right. Maybe
I think I
5.
have
5.
Okay. But like 5 wide receivers in a not extremely great wide receiver draft, that would be really good. I mean, there's going to be some landmines in here for sure, but I'm already looking at KC Concepcion with the Bills just because every Bills receiver, like, how can you possibly trust them at this point?
Yeah, I actually had I didn't realize at the time, but I had Ian Strong going to the Rams at that 31 pick. So I did have 6 wide receivers in my original mock draft. But
well, it's not. I mean, that's not bad. That's not a bad thought. Chris Bell would have been up here had he not gotten injured, so that would have been another one.
I can
would
see
love
that.
to know
There's
how-
always this weird wide receiver run in the 20s that always happens every year. Like, so I could see it happening earlier, later, middle of the draft.
I think it's going to be
You
middle.
see another one of
because-
these tight ends sneaking up here?
Yeah, I do think that could happen as well because this is a pretty solid tight end class. I do want to know what the Bucs fans would think if they went with a tight end after going offensive players so much, not addressing the defense at all. In a pretty great defensive draft, that would be so Buccaneers for them. Luckily, the Falcons don't have a pick. They'd be taking a wide receiver or something.
When it's a great defensive draft, that's when the offensive players drop. So who knows?
When does Pitt's contract up? When's he available?
Should
He's a
be.
free agent this year.
Yeah.
This year? Okay.
We should have known he was going to do good this year.
Yeah, in a contract season. That seems about right. I don't know. I
Actually,
like this draft.
Did they pick up
Pretty
his 5th
solid.
year?
There's just no way.
Yeah,
they did that.
they picked up his. Well, no.
Wow. Good for them.
This would be the end of it. 2025. He's a free agent next year.
Wow.
He's going to get paid.
End of an era. He is going to get paid. I don't know where he would go that would actually prove what we've all been saying this whole time, but I don't know. It was
AJ Brown.
It was fun to see him actually pop off like we always thought he could do. I mean, that
No,
was
it was not. No, it was not. Not when you're playing against them in the fantasy playoffs.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but I'm just saying, like, that is literally the guy I thought he was going to be week in and week out every game. I thought that's what we were going to see from Kyle Pitts.
To get the first round bump on Thursday just hurts, man. Like, I had to wait 4 days to have it confirmed, but it was pretty much like, yep, he's dead, but he's still got a heartbeat, so we'll keep him in a coma for a little bit.
This free agent tight end class is rough. So Kelsey, Njoku, Goddard, Taysom Hill, Tyler Higbee. Kyle Pitts is by far the headliner.
I don't know. You could go worse than Pitts or
dude, people
Goddard.
It's the same concept when Ertz was a free agent. People were like, "Ugh, Ertz," and I'm like, "Look what he's done." Like, Goddard's still got some life in him. He's not bad. He just only gets 5 targets a game.
He's an ex-Eagle, Joe. You just knew that there's no way we were going to say he was bad. He's
Yeah.
one of the best of all time.
Goddard's a great.
I'm going to hate on Goddard so much this year.
Do it.
That's fine.
Can't wait.
Whenever he
Yeah,
goes to
yeah.
the Packers, I'm going to be like, oh, Dallas Goddard fucking sucks, dude.
If he goes to the Packers, he's dead to me. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm with you.
He's dead to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for this week. For everyone that's made it this far into the podcast, we really appreciate it. We are taking the next 2 weeks off, so don't freak out if you don't see a video or podcast from us. We're just taking the holidays off. You know, recording these on Wednesdays, we have the Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve back to back on Wednesdays, so it's kind of tough to do some gymnastics to record. So we're just not going to do that, and we're going to come back for the new year better than ever. So I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, that's all we got this week. Joe, get us out of here.
Good night.